We're on. Hello. I see Cindy and Carolyn. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Tuesdays with Tiffini. Dolores. Hello. So good to see you guys. We've got a bunch of stuff planned for you today. It's kind of last minute figuring it out, so it's a little hodgepodge. So poor Kate has been like scrambling with me. Hi Dottie. Hi Joanne. Christine. Oh, from Vermont. Hello Jean. I wonder how cold it is in Vermont. Vermont always makes me think cold, but we are bitterly cold here. I'm not enjoying this cold weather. My husband, he's traveling around right now. So some of you know, he's gone for 2.5 weeks and he's visiting family and some of his friends. And so right now he's in Raleigh. He's kind of heading back this direction. And every day he likes to text me what the weather's like. So he was complaining yesterday or the day before that the power had gone out because it was windy. And I was like, well, how else is the weather? And he's like, well, it's 60 and sunny. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you don't deserve power. So sorry, for those of you with 60 and sun, you do deserve power. I just was a little jealous, not gonna lie. So we got cold Colorado. Hi, Carol and Charlene and Jean and Joanne. Oh my goodness, from Rhode Island. Freezing in Cleveland. Yeah, I think my son had lifting this morning at 6 a.m. And he doesn't drive yet because he's only 15. And when I dropped him off, it was, hi Judy, it was 9 degrees. I was like, oh, it's so cold. Hello, Jean. Minus 17, Jean, I think you win. That's terrible. 8 in Western New York. Yeah, I think I don't know what our high today is even supposed to be. Do you know, Kate?
Probably close to 20.
You think close to 20? Okay, I didn't look. I go outside and I'm cold, and so. But on a warmer thought, the cruise is coming, and kind of a silly story. I told Kate this already. But last week, Joni had come up to me. We were just visiting, and she was like, so have you started to pack yet for the cruise? And I was like, no. In fact, I thought she was kind of crazy because I'm like, it's so far away. And then I started thinking, wait, it's like 2.5 weeks away at that point. Now we're down to a week and a half. And, or maybe we're still 2 weeks. What are we?
Yeah.
Not quite 2 weeks. So anyway, she was like, yeah, I went up to my attic. Oh, I've lost comments. I went up to my attic and I got all my summer clothes out and I'm just kind of going through them. So she hadn't fully packed, but she just was planning. Oh, someone was blowing snow off the driveway this morning. Oh, Jean, I'm sorry. So anyway, I thought, after I got home, I thought, well, maybe I should do that, especially Jim's gone. I can like pull everything out and have it laying out everywhere, and he's not going to be like, seriously, how long will this be out? So I have different sizes. I think we all kind of do. Kate doesn't understand yet because she's very young. So she hasn't had the kids. She hasn't gone through menopause. She hasn't, But those of us that have realize that we have like a variety of clothing that sizes, right? So when I got everything out and I sorted it, I realized I had a very large multiple pile of shorts. I was like, whoa. So I counted them and I have 40 pairs of shorts. I don't even really wear shorts very often. And so I don't really need 40, but I have sizes from like, and yes, the painting is done, Melody. Thank you for asking. I'm so glad it's done. So, but these 40 pairs of shorts, it was crazy. But ranged in size from like a 4 to a 12 and like everything in between. I had 8 pairs of white shorts. So anyway, I have narrowed it down to 4 pairs of shorts for the cruise. Very proud of that, from 40 to 4. So, but yeah. So, yeah, Judith, it is a lot, isn't it? It's kind of crazy. I think I need to I told Kate, I'm like, I think like the size 2, size 4 shorts that I'm still hanging on to, clinging as if they might actually fit again someday, need to just go. I think it's time to give up on that dream. And if ever I fit into that size again, I will gladly go to the store and look for another pair in my size. I am a hoarder, Carrie. You're right. You're right. Oh, repurpose the shorts. You're right. Those would be really cute. You can make a really cute bag, especially the smaller size ones, right? I like how you think. Thank you. So you guys are always a wealth of ideas and suggestions. I love it. So yes. Anyway, so I'm somewhat packed for the cruise now. Yeah, I think I might make a bag. Maybe I'll bring it on the cruise or bring it in next week and see if it turns out. We'll see. So anyway, I guess I should get started. I'm gonna do the kind of showing you product thing first today because for whatever reason the studio it has less table space today, so I don't really have a place to put things. So I figure right now it's all here. And today's projects are kind of fun. We're going to get to them, but I thought let's look at some different designers. We just came off of the Biani, which is obviously a very popular bag designer, but there's a lot of people out there, myself included, who have like a few patterns. I think I'm up to like 10 now. And after looking at these, I'm like, well, maybe I need to get a little Etsy shop so you guys could actually get them, but I don't know if I'm ever going to do that. So you're stuck with me here. But I came up with a couple free patterns. I thought, let's give it a try and see if these pattern designers, have good patterns and how they are. So I wanted to go simple because the cruise is in just a couple weeks. I hate to keep bringing it up, but it's sort of how I'm thinking at the moment. So anyway, I'm going to start off with this. So this is, you guys have seen the duffel many, many times, and I apologize, this will be the last day you have to see it. But this one is the Serena Shores. So it was the alternate cruise fabric, and you can see it's just got all these great colors. It has the soft greens, it has the navies, and it has the lighter blue. Now I did modify the standard pattern to use the strapping for the handles. You do get this fabric for the handles. It's just that you don't get the strap in the kit. So if you want to do that, you would have to do that separately. The other thing I did to modify the pattern, and I am going to work on a sheet that's the modifications. It's just that there's been a few other things that someone mentioned, brought up the painting. 10 rooms in my house have been painted. And the house is starting to come back together, but there's some things I need my husband to look at because I would gladly just have the veterans come and haul out some stuff that I no longer want in our house. But he kind of needs to look at those things too before I just completely purge. So the cruise bag, well, this one is Serena Shores. This was the alternate. The regular one, I think it's called Coastal Blues, maybe. I did not bring my other bag today. This one actually John is going to use for the cruise. And so I'll have to see. I may lose Kathleen. I think there's a couple projects going on with embroidery and edge to edge that I think they're going to need her more than I need her in my class. And so I might still make her one because she was going to be my buddy. But anyway, so that's this one. Inside I have some others. Here we go. Oh, here's the Serena Shores. So with all of these, you will get the pattern, you will get a charm pack, you will get a yard of the lining fabric, and you will get a half a yard of the fabric for your handles and your binding for your zipper. You will also get your zipper, and you get your, I think you get your bozal, right?
I think so.
I think you get your bozal. So you get everything in your kit. And so, so this one is the Serena Shores. It's just like this. The only difference is that John had wanted the slightly lighter color in his of the same fabric you get here. Plus, I thought if a lot of you wanted to buy it, I didn't want him necessarily taking.
I'm special like that.
So John is in here, and he just said he's special like that. And so, and since John just was popping in, it reminds me that he and I are collaborating on a project or two, and so we're no, absolutely no sneak peeks. So there's a bag that John has made in the past. So I guess that would be the sneakiest of peeks that you get. And we're going to be doing something along that line, but then we're going to modify it and make it more of a Tiffini bag because I like to simplify bags and make it easier for us all to do. And then is this a pattern you sent us? Marilyn, I'm not sure. Nancy, I apologize. That is my bad. With the painting going on, I usually try and sneak in to the shop either earlier on the weekend or something and spend a couple hours putting my kits together. So I think I'm going to have to work with the kit ladies and have them start helping me with my kits. And so I do have this afternoon sort of set aside to get these duffel bags done. And so they should go out either tomorrow or Thursday. And so this bag was not in the bag subscription now. And so all the bag subscription ones, they were by Annie Patterns. The one that John and I are going to do is going to be a Bag Lady Club. So there will be a big pack that you could get. You'll be able to buy the pattern separate as a kit. But you'll also be able to do one of those Bag Lady Clubs where you'll get like $120 worth of value for like, I don't know the price yet, so I don't want to say it, but for like, let's say $75, $79. But it's not available yet, and I have to actually work through the numbers just a smidge more before I throw it out there to you. But so anyway, all right. Oh, thanks, Lisa. I love these bags too, and they come together so fast. I know someone last week commented they'd already made a couple of them and had planned on making more. Yes, so Gail, if you ordered the coordinated fabric, the pattern should have been included with your fabric. If you've gotten the fabric and it wasn't, let me know. I did give shipping those patterns, and so I thought they were going out last week. So if not, let me know, because I think there weren't a ton of orders. There were probably about 20 of you that ordered that coordinated fabric. And put notes in to say that you wanted the pattern. You did have to put a little note in just so that I knew and it was connected to that order. So, all right, let me show you the other bags really quick. These are the other ones available. The Peach Whisper, unfortunately, is sold out. I'm going to double check with Gloria to see if I can get more of the charms, but I don't think so. But again, I'll try. They're completely sold out, and then 16 of you are on the wait list. So. Again, she is here. I can, after the show, I'll be able to check in with her and find out about that. All right, Gail, it didn't go out yet. All right, I will check with shipping and see what's kind of holding that up. And so, all right, the next kit I have, and again, I'm going to be working on these this week. So I'm hoping today and then early tomorrow. I will come in early. So this one is called Sunset Serenade. Let me get this one out of the way so it's not confusing. So this is the charm, and it has all these navies and teals and yellows. It's just so pretty. And this is your lining fabric, which I absolutely adore. And then look at this for your straps. So pretty. Strap length, Diane, that's a good question. I think when I did I did 3 strips of fabric with the fabric. I can't remember what the pattern calls for. I feel like it might be a little bit less than that, but you can adjust it depending on what you want to do. And so it's definitely your bag. And so, all right, so that was that kit. Let me move that out of the way. All right, I need more counter. It's like me at home. All right, this one is called Garden Grace. Now remember, these come with all the stuff. So you get your zipper, you get your bozal, you'll get your patterns, this is just gorgeous. I love this one, it's so pretty. And then this is your strap, this beautiful dark blue that's part of the collection. And then look at that lining. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. So pretty, so elegant. So, all right, so we've got that one. Okay, just a couple more of these. So here is Bees and Blooms, and it has the blue with the dots, and then this, I love this one. I still haven't gotten any of this fabric. I wanted to get it to like put in, wouldn't this be cute on some of my shorts? I could make them a little bit bigger and they would be adorable. All right, I might do that. I could do like a little ruffle even. So not me, but that would be cute. There's nothing wrong with ruffles. I just feel like that's a very young thing. So, but I could put it on the side. I think that would be very cute. Yes, Marilyn, when I first started, I was like, yeah, I don't know about this. And here I am every week. And some days I don't even know what I'm doing when I wake up like today. So, Hopefully. Although, you know what, I found these great patterns and I am so excited because I found a bunch of them from different designers, and if we try these free ones and we like them, I can go back to the designers and maybe we can do like we did with the Biani and do a Bag Lady Club based on some patterns that some of these designers do. So I'm really looking forward to, I think I would like to try, maybe once a month we'll try a different one. Today I have two because I don't know why. I should have really just stuck to one. What was I thinking? Maybe I will just stick to one. Anyway, this one's Bugs and Bees. No, Bees and Blooms. And then, last one. Thank you, Carolyn. Bobby is saying the bubble isn't changing. Kate says she's changing it, so I'm not sure. If you're on the app, you might need to maybe go out and come right back in. I don't know. This one I just think is adorable. Of course, I like them all. I put them together. So this is called Flower Patches. And look at those bright, bright colors. And it's just, you can see, it even has, some dark navies in there to kind of rest your eyes, but just love it. It's so pretty. And I put a green zipper with that one. Now, again, all of these come with a coordinated zipper, the bozal, the pattern. So, oh good, it's fixed now. There we go. Judith, I think some of these shorts might be a little too short. They were like this. I'm like, I think I've gotten a little more modest as I've aged. So, all right, here we go. I'm going to just put all of these in here. That one. Oh, so Lisa, you like the bright colors. I do too. It's really fun. All right, all of those are in there now. So I'm just going to move this out of the way so we've got a little more space. Okay, here we go. Yeah, unfortunately they weren't like down to my knee. I have some that are down to the knee. I have like short shorts. I'm like telling you, I really need to purge. Whoever said I was a hoarder is right. It's pathetic. So, all right. I am going to revisit an oldie but a goodie bag, because I was also kind of looking at, I switched into easy bags right now because we did kind of a hard bag. That the side hustle bag is not an easy bag. So those of you, I know I just saw a picture from Judy Bellin this morning. Congratulations, her bag is finished. It looks beautiful. She did it with the bright green on the outside. But that bag was a challenge. That one was not an easy one. And so, oh good, Jean's working on her Molly bag. I like the Molly. It's a nice bag. It's easy to put together, and the hardware really kind of gives it a nice shape. So, but anyway, I want to kind of do a couple easier bags for the next couple weeks, and then when I come back, we're going to start getting a little more challenging, and then we're going to do the collaboration with John, and it's definitely going to be a challenge. But I'm doing it as my pattern, so I'll really simplify it. So we're going to get a lot of bang for our effort. So, but this bag, this is the mid-size, this is the large size, is the B bag, which I just love this bag. You made two, Jean? Oh my gosh, here I'm thinking it's a challenge and you're like whipping them out. So that's amazing. All right, so the pattern is sold separately. This kit, so I have two different kits. And what I did, you don't need all the fabric I gave you. I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little bad because the kit's a little pricier for this, but you're getting 3 1-yard kits from these collections. And that way you can change it however you want. And you have enough fabric to make 1 large one, like my yellow and green one, or 2 medium, or I think 3 of the small, which I didn't bring. I normally have my little lunch bag one, and it's about, I don't know, that big. I also wanted to mention a customer came in and made some suggestions on this. One was on the 2 smaller sizes, the mid and the smaller, to make the hole a little bigger, which I thought was a great idea. Not a lot bigger, but enough that it's a little more comfortable. And then if you don't want to do that, you want to maintain the exact size, you could put in a little tab just right here and here, just inside, and then you could put a long strap on it if you wanted. So to me, this is more like an arm carry to put it on my shoulder is a little awkward. So, but anyway, this first kit, and it comes with a yard of bosal. So you'll have all the bosal you need. Let me grab the yard, which of course is also available separate, but here's, you don't get the pattern. The pattern's separate because I know some of you bought this. I think we taught this one last summer-ish, if you're looking for it. So it's called the bee bag, but there is already video on it. So then the second kit, I'm a little obsessed. Maybe because this one's so similar to the one that I use. I use this bag all the time. This is my go-to bag. I'm sure Kate has seen it many, many times in here. So this one's really pretty. But the one that I'm a little obsessed today with is this one. Look at this fabric. It's so beautiful. And imagine it as a big, beautiful, I'll move it back over here, as this big, beautiful bag with a hole. I know, it doesn't look very good the way I put it, but it's gonna be gorgeous, I promise. So really like this one. And then I picked this fabric to go with because I thought you could pick whichever thing you wanted for the inside, the outside, or the binding, because again, I did them as 1 yard cuts. So that way you've got a little extra. The other nice thing is because I did them as 1 yard cuts, you could probably even make a large and a small mini one out of it. And so the other thing is because I did 1 yard, I don't normally do quilt books, but I thought, well, 3 1 yard cuts, what does that sound like? So I grabbed a couple of the Fabric Cafe 3 yard quilts that I thought looked fun. So you're getting my picks. And so here are the two. We have quite a few in shipping, but these ones I really liked. So go bold with 3 yard quilts or 1 block 3 yard quilts. So this one I actually have at home, and I made this one and it turned out fantastic. I really liked it. I think this looks really cool. And then this is the other one. Now we just had Valentine's Day, but there is a heart one in there, super sweet. And I kind of like these and this and this and the stars. So there's a lot in both of these that I really liked. So I thought, well, these will be the two that I show you. And so Nancy, you've never made a bag. Oh my goodness. We got to get you going here. So this is a good beginner bag. It's a nice one because the only tricky part is putting the binding on. Otherwise, you put the binding on and then so you quilt it, you put your binding on, and then on both pieces, and then you sew it together. So it would be a good starter bag. I'll show you a couple of things that we're going to work on. Let me get these out of the way. I think, oh boy, there's still stuff. All right, so I'm trying to think how to do this. I'm sorry, guys. I really do feel like I'm overloaded with stuff and not a lot of space. All right, that is out of the way. So here's the project. Look how cute this is. So this is a little clutch, and this is a free pattern, and the pattern is from, sorry, someone's using tape in the other room. I'm like, wow, that seems loud to me. Hopefully it's not to you guys. Karen, you haven't either. We're gonna have to get you guys, you're gonna have to turn into bag ladies. And so, so this is called, I'm gonna just show this here. It's called the Simple Clutch. It's by Emma's Patterns. And you can find her on Etsy. I do want to make sure you know that. I cannot give you a copy of her pattern because it specifically says in here I cannot distribute it. So you will have to go to her website to get that pattern. But it is really cute. It was really easy. I put a little snap in here, and it's just a fold, like a little pocket. So this is a really simple bag. So if you guys wanted something really small. The other thing, one of hers, she had put a little tab on there with a D-ring, and that way you could attach a little strap. And so, but really, really cute. I actually have a kit similar to this. So I'm doing kits with these, and if you buy the kit, I will put the link in there for you. So just on a little piece of paper so you know where to go to get the pattern. But but I have a few different kits here. This is going to be the one most similar, and this is a pretty reasonable kit, I thought. I think we put it at $14.99, and it includes, let me grab this. We have to repurpose some of these things because I was trying to conserve space. So it'll include enough heavyweight fusible fleece to make the project. For this kit, you will get you'll get 1/3 of a yard of the fabric, the cotton fabric. This one has a faux leather, so the faux leather, you're just going to get the fabric that you need. It's plus a little bit, but basically the fabric that you need for it. But look how pretty that is. It's just such a beautiful fabric. And again, so you will get everything you need to make the bag except for the closure. So you could close it with just a snap like this, which we actually have a container of snaps. It comes with 400 snaps. So you could make one of these bags for all of your friends, family, neighbors, church group, I'm trying to think, the school down the street. Every little kid could have one. So, but anyway, they have different shapes in there, all kinds of stuff. So we also have that available if you need those. You could use, in fact, I thought about doing it this morning. I didn't bring them over here with me, but you could put in a magnet as well if you wanted. What else? Let's see, you could also do, like if you want to do a clasp, you could put like a turn clasp. So you could do other things if you wanted to. And so I know, Marilyn, they're new here, that's why. But soon they'll be making Tiffini bags. They can't help it because they're just so fun. And you guys are so fun. You make it fun. But anyway, cute little bag. So that's that. That's that first kit. The second one, I was in a theme of colors. So I'll move that out of the way. Is this one, which is really pretty as well. And again, you get enough fabric to do it either way. And you get the heavyweight fusible fleece. So, so this has kind of got that periwinkle in there. I just got a new kind of coverlet for my bed. I'm so excited. Jim's not around, so I got to pick whatever I wanted. And it's periwinkle and cream. It's beautiful. I'm so, so happy. It's kind of girly. So we'll see if when he comes home, he's like, yeah, this is not what I want. It went from a very dark blue room with an old quilt that I had made and didn't love to light colored walls and periwinkle and flowers. You've got this, Karen. You can do it. You can do it. I promise. The charm duffel is another great, easy project. And so here we go. Oh, the biggest bag for your knitting. I love it. That's a great idea. All right, so that was kit number 2 for the, what is it called? The Amaz clutch. All right, the last one of these, and this is very elegant. So Janine helped me pick fabrics, and she saw, well, Janine and Sherry. And so look how beautiful this is. So there's this gorgeous linen, and then this, it's like wishes with just a little bit of gold on it, which is really pretty. And so I think I'm going to change my plan for today. I think we'll make the simple clutch today, and next week we'll do the other. But I'm going to show you the kits, and that way, if you want, you can do that. But I think I'm going to just stick with the one that I made a sample of, so that then we can, we'll just do one bag this week and one next week. But I'll have other things to show you next week, of course. All right, so that is the third kit for the simple clutch. All right, now, snaps are, Kate's just answering someone's question. So this next project is another free project. It is a different designer, but for whatever reason, it didn't print out. They didn't put their name in their pattern. And so I'm gonna have to go back and do that. There's nothing in here that says I cannot distribute it. So this, if you get one of these kits, you will be able to get the pattern printed for you. So it will come with a printed pattern. And then there are, since it's called a Japanese knot bag, look how cute this is. Now I will tell you, it's a fairly small bag. So my intent is to make a small one and a big one. I'm giving you extra fabric so that you're able to make, you could probably make like like 4 or 5 of the small one. But if you want to make a bigger one like I'm going to, then I think you'll probably be able to get a couple of them out of it. And so I have not made it yet. So that's part of why I decided I'm going to wait to show a sample next week, and we'll make that big next week. And so, hey, Tommy.
Hello.
So Tommy is here. Not sure what cable he needed. I think his phone charger. So, all right. So this first kit is absolutely beautiful. I started to cut already, but you're going to get a half a yard of each fabric because, again, I wanted to give you the option. I wanted to see if there's better pictures in the back. No, not really. I guess that's the best of the pictures. I wanted you to have the option of choosing what you wanted for your exterior, your lining, and your straps. And I really liked how in the picture she did like a contrasting handle. So I went with a blue for this, kind of this icy blue. There's a little bit of a silver shimmer in here, and it's just, this fabric is gorgeous. It is so beautiful. And so, oh, the yellow bag, oh, someone already answered. That's called the bee bag. And so, but anyway, so that's the first kit that's available with this. And it's so pretty. Now this one is directional. And so you will just need to piece it so that it is upright on both sides. And so I will actually for sure be doing this one next week so I can show you how to do that. And so, ooh, there's a whole crew with Marilyn going shopping. All right, so that's the first one. And again, this is, I'm not sure what we called it, Japanese knot bag, but we have one of those, we have other patterns like that.
I just call it Japanese knot bag.
Okay. Well, hopefully the other ones, well, whatever. We will figure it out. All right, so then, and again, that comes with, these come with your heavyweight fusible fleece as well. So you're going to get a half a yard of each fabric. Here's the next one. And I kind of went with Japanese kind of fabric. This is just beautiful. I think this, Kate, did you say this was your favorite?
Yeah.
She likes this one the best. So very youthful. So she's probably sick of me saying she's young. So you get that. Again, you get the pattern, you get the heavyweight fusible fleece, and you get all 3 of the fabrics. And so, all right. And we'll work on that one next week. But again, these are nice, easy bags. And so, there we go. All right. So I'm going to put this over there because I started to cut this because I was like, oh, I'm going to demo this, but I've never made it before. We know how that goes, right? I'm not so great at that. I'm going to move our bee bags over here. I wanted to show this again real quick. Someone had asked about what it was. And so if you were wanting the pattern, that's the pattern. And so now for this simple clutch, which I just think is adorable. Let me get one of the kits out. Let's see, which one should we make? I'm going to say I already did the leather. I will say the leather, when you're doing it, you really have to kind of like finger press it in and then very gently add a little heat to it. And then I clipped it as well so that I would get nice and neat edges. And so the leather, it really doesn't want to turn really well on there without just kind of being gentle with it and taking your time. And so, all right. So I'm thinking because I already did a leather one, or faux leather, that we'll move that one to the side. So what do you think? Which one should we go with? Kind of leaning towards the linen. What do you guys think? I'm not getting any votes. All right, then. We're going to go with the linen. All right, I'm going to take my heavyweight fusible fleece. I do suggest using Shape Flex as well, which we have available for you. So in a couple different sizes, always. You may have it at home already. I actually this morning when I went to make things, I had no Shape Flex in my house, which is shocking. So obviously I need to take some home with me today. Linen, linen, linen. Oh, see, everybody wants the linen. I love it. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do the linen. Again, I do recommend doing Shape Flex on there. I guess I could just open one. I hate opening it and like wasting a package we have here because I usually get it by the yard. Let's see. I'm going to open it anyway. All right, I'm going to turn our iron on. Okay, so we're going to do a little prep. I'm going to get these cut. It takes just a little bit of fabric. So what's really nice is if you've got, let's say you made the duffel and you have extra of your lining fabric or your strap fabric, you could then make a cute little clutch to go along with it. And so I'll leave this out so that we can sort of see it. Here, let's see, what does it say? We need literally each piece 8.5 inches by 12 inches. That's all the bigger it is. So it's nice size. Cut off the selvage. All right. Okay. And I said 8.5. There we go. Now look how much fabric is left. So there is a lot left. The only one where you're not going to have a ton left is going to be the one with the leather. And that was because I was trying to keep the price the same for all of them. Now, if you want to do a bunch of the leathers, you could also buy, we have the rolls available. So I have the same one I used for the kit. And then we have some other options as well for you. I'm going to take that off. We have this kind of texture in red, kind of an off-white, and black. There we go. So we've got all of those in that kind of basket weave almost. And what's nice, this faux leather is, it's a little bit thinner, and so I feel like it's easier to work with in these. And so I'm going to toss those underneath. We also have the, what's her name? Sally Tomato, sheesh. The Legacy, and we have it in, sorry, I can smell the iron over there. We have it in Black Legacy, we have it in Cherry Legacy, and we have it in Navy Legacy. And so I had Kate put them in as the half-yard cuts, so that way, since this is a small project. And then we also have in Pebble, I think it's called Hazelnut, if I remember correctly. And so if you're wanting to do it in a faux leather, we have as well Cork, which is just really beautiful. Were you able to get the rose gold in or no? Okay. So we have, these are also Sally Tomato products, and we have the rose gold one. We have the just regular yellow gold, and then this is kind of like a silver color in this one. And so, so anyway, we have all those choices if you're wanting to kind of build your own kit. And remember, I mean, these patterns, they're free. So even if you don't like one of my kits, you can do it. How many can you make with a half a yard? Well, you're getting 1/3 of a yard in the kit because you need 12 inches across. And so I think that's what I said. Now I've lost my train of thought. See, I get to like push in product and I get confused. Yeah, 12 by 8.5. So I don't know how many you could do with a half a yard, Tina. That's a great question. Anybody out there want to do the math for us? Because if you're going 12 by 8.5, you could get 2 across that way, and then you would go up 12. You could get 6 out of a half a yard, and you would have a little bit of extra fabric for your straps if you wanted to make it as a little clutch. And so, isn't this beautiful, Karen? I absolutely love this. So my husband is calling right now. Do you think he heard me talking about him? He's like, periwinkle in our bedroom. No, 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 no. So I don't think so. He's probably just on the road doing something. Let's see. All right, so I'm going 8.5 on here. And again, we have so much extra fabric because we're going just 8.5 all the way up. So what does that put us at? If we go one more, we go up to 17.2. 3. 1, 2, 3. So you can get 4 out of 1/3 of a yard. And so I guess you could get 8 out of half a yard, right? No. No, that would be 2/3 of a yard, yeah. All right. Well, you can get a bunch. So, all right. So let's see if we're at our 12. I cut a little big, it looks like, which I tend to do just in case I make a mistake. All right, so let's go to the 12. Oops, sliding it. I miscut earlier, so I'm trying to be more careful. All right. There we go. So those are our 2 fabrics. And then we need, I should have just stacked them on top of each other. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. Actually, how big is that? Ooh. Oh, look at that. This chunk sitting here is 8.5 by 12. I'm telling you, it's my day to buy a lottery ticket. All right, here we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. Now, let's see, I need a pressing mat. All right. Now, on this, you've got to make a decision. And this is not an easy decision. What is your exterior and what is your lining? I feel like the linen goes on the outside because it's the linen, but look how this is so pretty that it might be hard to like hide it inside. I don't think there's any steam. All right. All right. So what do you think? Linen on the inside or the outside?
I like it on the outside.
Outside it is. Kate has spoken. All right. So again, I was going to open it, but I think I'm not going to open the Shape Flex. But you would want to put Shape Flex on your lining. Actually, I cut this a little, it was a little bigger than what we needed. In the pattern, it actually has you cut it slightly smaller than your outer piece. So it says 7.5 by 11. Let's see how close I got. Just a bit more. All right. I can tell I'm still, see, this is why I shouldn't eyeball it. I should actually measure. All right. That's how far off I was. All right, we're good now. All right, this does go very fast, I promise, once I kind of do our prep work. So, oh, the iron does match. You're right, Carrie. I planned that, of course. Oh, please. All right. Now, my special bag over here. Actually, I got a fresh Ziploc this morning. I really need to make a bag for myself. Let's see. Sharpie's not what we want, although we are marking on the back. All right, there we go. So the next step is going to be, we're going to mark at 4 inches and 4 inches. So, oh, here, I'll move over so that we're centered. And so I don't think I need the iron anymore, so we're going to go ahead and move that back down below. All right. For those of you who have been here, you know how tight our studio is as I'm like trying to move around in here. So again, I'm going up 4 inches, and I'm just going to mark it with a heat erase pen. And we'll do another 4. What we can do from the other end, if that's easier for you guys to see. All right, there we go. All right, now this is the tricky part. So when you look at this bag, it has a curve to it. Oh, here we go. It has a curve to it. She doesn't give you a template. So this is one thing I would say about the pattern I wasn't thrilled about, because I tend to like my things to be just a certain way. Now it's an easy pattern to follow, but that is the one thing I was like kind of like, oh, this is hard. But what she does is just like we did, you split it into thirds, so 4 inches, 4 inches, and then she shows you within just that inch at the top, you're going to shape it. And you can kind of use those grids as 1 inch marks to sort of show where you're going to cut. And so, excuse me, when I did it at home, I placed it on my thing, and then I actually marked at 1 inch because I thought, you know what, this is a little tricky to get this lined up the way I would want it. So I'm just going to go ahead. Now I didn't cut my fusible fleece exact, so you can see it's a little higher up here than it is down there, but I'm lining up with the edge of my fabric. All right, so there's my 1 inch. Now on hers, she goes over about 3.5, almost 4 from the edge. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, this is about where she's going to like peak at the top. So we're going to go from here to here. And kind of a round motion. So I'm gonna actually turn it just because for me it's a little easier. I've sketched it in, but sometimes if I kind of place my hand here, I can then get a little more of a rounded shape. And so that makes sense. It's a little more consistent, my distance. So you can kind of see there's what I've done. I've gone down to my 1 inch mark and then gone all the way back up there. And that's about that 4. Or I guess actually it's at the 3.5 when I get over here. All right, and then our next one is going down. So we're gonna go across essentially 1. So we're gonna go across about 1, and then we're gonna go down, and we're gonna hit about halfway down in there at 1, 2, at about 2. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and we're gonna go about to here. And so that's going to kind of round up to this spot here. Now, this does not have to be exactly this way. And she actually has a paid pattern. And if you pay for the pattern, she has like 8 different suggestions for you. So you could definitely do it a different way. You could do just a point if you wanted. You could leave it straight. You can do the curve. I think the curve is really fun. If you don't like quite so many curves, you could, like if you see on mine, you could just do this curve here and then bring it straight across. I mean, again, you could do anything you wanted. So I'm just kind of trying to do it the same way I did it before. And so then this came across this way. And I think I left like a little bit kind of on there. All right. So there we go. So then what I did, because I wanted my cuts to be the same, is I put right sides together. Now I've got this big print. If there's something you're like, oh, I really want to be able to see it, when you open this, you'll see all you're really going to see is that top part of your other fabric. So if on here I want more peach colors, I want that to be near my curvy cuts. But if I'm like, oh, I really like the tan colors and not so much the peach, then you'll want to cut that way. I like the peach color in there, so I'm going to do right sides together up here. And I'm going to just pin it, maybe. Let's see. I'm not going to do that at all. I'm going to just trust that it'll all stay together. So I would recommend you clip it. She suggests cutting this right now. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just go over to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch up the side. She calls for about a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. And then I'm going to just stitch across here and then back down. You leave the bottom open. When you leave the bottom open, you are then going to be turning that in. I personally think it's easier on the corners if you go in a little bit, but I mean, it is consistent the way she did it, so maybe we should just stick with what she said. So I'll stick with what she said, and we're gonna go over to the sewing machine. So again, this is a really quick project. Oh shoot, I put blue thread in because I thought I was using a different fabric today, so let's pull that out really quick and we'll go with a lighter color. Get that off of me so I don't accidentally do something crazy. All right. Here we go. Now, if you want to turn it into a clutch with a little wristlet, this would be the time to add a little tab with a D-ring. And so you'll want to put that, let's see, I can move up here if that's easier for you. You'll want to put that where this line is. You want to go just below it. So we've got our curve here, and you would put it right down in here. So before you stitch, you would just want to add that back here, making sure the D-ring's in, or the other side, depending on which way you want it to go. So, all right. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. All right, I'm not sure what just happened there. All right, well, this is a machine that someone traded in, and I don't think it got serviced before. We're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn it off and turn it back on, guys, hopefully. Kate, will you do me a favor? Will you go ask John to grab me any machine that sews and bring it in as a backup, because I have a sneaking suspicion there's something not right with this machine. Thank you. All right, guys, so sometimes live shows, this is what happens, but we'll get this figured out. And let's see. All right. Yeah, it is not, we cannot turn the wheel or anything. It is very unhappy. Let me see real quick. That's all good. Yeah. All right, guys, I apologize. We are not going to be able to use this machine. So I'm going to, John is looking at getting another machine for us. I'm going to come back over here. And thanks, Kate. So one of the things about getting a machine from us, though, if you get one that's a trade-in, is before you get it and sew it, Zach will look over it completely. But this one did just come in, and so it's probably something minor, but that's what it is. Hey, John. So John is coming to the rescue.
Hi, everyone. They probably can't hear me.
So John said hi to all of you.
This one was not serviced by Zach yet, so this was a trade-in. Zach did not go through that one yet, so.
All right.
This one.
Someone said they think maybe there's thread in the hand wheel. Could be. It happens.
This is the one we had before. So I'm just gonna slide this off. I don't know what happened to the power cord.
It's right over here, so it just fell off to the side. All right.
And me and Tiffany are going to have the best
Ooh, shoot.
class on the curriculum.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Just letting everybody
Oh
know.
yeah, we're the fun class. Although I keep saying that, and poor Kathy, I'm like, I shouldn't say poor Kathy. You guys all love Kathy, so. All right, here we go. You took my thread and my spool cap. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's coming on. Let's see. I need a spool cap. Will you grab a spool cap for me? There were two of them in that machine. 'Cause I don't have any. All right. There we go. All right, guys. Sorry.
I did take your thread.
You took all my stuff. Thank you, John. All right, we're good on that. Perfect. Thank you, Kate. All right. So this one we're gonna thread up here. We've had so many trade-ins, and that's what we kind of have over here. And this one, someone brought in the spool holder or thread holders broken, so Zach needs to replace that, but this one will sew. Okay, so back to our bag. So again, we want to leave the straight edge open at the end, and then we're going to sew around the edges. All right, give a quick little knot there. I like to knot and then backstitch. I just, like to make sure everything stays together. And here we go. Turn up our speed just a little bit. And again, pinning this is probably a good idea, or clipping to keep it all in place. We're going to go up to where we marked. You can see I'm sliding over just a little bit. I want to kind of make sure I'm going back over there. All right. And I'm kind of using that as my guide along the side of the foot. And then kind of letting it turn smoothly to help round out our edges there. Went just a little too far, so I'm going to go back a couple stitches. And then we're going to go down here. I am double checking, especially because I didn't pin it, to make sure that my lining fabric is lining up nicely. I am over just a little bit, but it shouldn't affect my stitch width at all. I'm good. So just go down. Yep, still good. And again, we're just going down to this end. We're leaving the bottom open. All right. Perfect. So now I'm going to take it over to the table. We're just going to trim this all up. Get some scissors. All right. Let's see. I don't have normal scissors. I don't think it's something. Should I throw them in my bag? Sometimes I have some goodies in here that. Oh, I do have a pair of little scissors. So there we go. Oh, perfect. Thank you. So here we go. So you just want to go around and you want to trim the corners where you stitched. It looks like I can see a little better from this side. So I'm going to trim those corners, but then you also want to go along that curved line and make sure you're making lots of little clips so that you can, when it turns, you get nice curves. So again, I'm going up here. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to do the other corner real quick. And then I'm going to start off just sort of going around these curves and kind of getting to that shape. And I'm trying to cut, I'm probably, I don't think I'm quite 1/4 of an inch, but more than 1/8. So what's that, like 3/16 of an inch. And so you can see I'm fairly close to it. And then I'm just going to go around and I'm going to just clip a little bit. I might try it with these little scissors. It might be easier for you to see. Now this one, I didn't get much of a curve on this time, so, which is okay, but I'd like to see a little bit more than that. At home, I tried using a bowl, and that worked pretty well. So you could certainly use a bowl for that. If you have the Creative Grid circles, those are fantastic because they've got different sizes to really play with, and they're clear so you can see where the placement is at. I was sort of struggling with the bowl this morning and getting a bowl that was the right size to do it. And so my husband is the cook in the house. So I think I've mentioned before that I brought in his bowls, or his bowl the last time. And so he was probably, maybe he was calling about that. He knew I'd been messing with his kitchenware with my sewing. Like, it's like maybe he has like an Apple, what's the Apple tag?
Yeah.
He's got an Apple tag on all his kitchenware, so he knows. Wait a minute, it went down to the sewing room. That can't be right. So, all right. So I have clipped all the way around, and I did it, I don't know, probably every 1/4 of an inch or so. So I'm just going to pull this through. We're going to go right side out, and you want to push out those corners and all the seams. Now this linen is also pretty thick that I chose, and so we're probably going to have to kind of finger press that a little bit. And but this curve is really fun and cute. All right. So again, I'm kind of fiddling with it, but there's that side, and you can see. I'll just sort of do this roughly. That's what the little bag is going to look like. Now, if you forgot to put your tab in before, or you were like, oh, I don't want a tab, but now that you flipped it, you're like, oh, you know what? I do want a tab. Just go ahead. You can add it now. You'll just make a little, just like we've done before, where you fold it into the center and then fold it again, stitch down either side. What you can do is do your raw edge that way, stitch across, fold it over, and stitch to enclose that raw edge, and that way you can put it on after and it's not a big deal. I did need the iron again. I thought I wasn't going to need it, but I was wrong. I don't know what time it is. Am I kind of running over? I feel like I'm chatty today. We're not doing too bad. All right. So, and this is a fast bag. We're going to be done in like 10 minutes. So this is definitely one of those. Yes, Sharon, that's a good idea to trim with the pinking chairs. I had grabbed some out, and so that's another great way to do it. All right, so I think we're in pretty good shape here. We just want to sort of press that so it looks good. And you can see, like if you were going to do the gold wishes, that would be really pretty as well, like that. I could see using that in the evening too. Wouldn't that be pretty as a dressy? Oh boy, we might have to change our mind on what we're doing here. Good thing I'm such a decisive person, right? All right, so again, I'm just using my fingers to kind of pull this back a little bit, just so that we've got a nice edge. And this one looks good. I don't need to pull it. Now, if you do the vinyl option, you do need to be really careful not to use the heat for very long. You can kind of press on the fabric side, but again, it's just a quick, really quick, because you don't want to melt that vinyl. And so it is definitely faux leather, not real. And so, all right, so pretty. So now the next step, and this is where I think it's a little awkward. This is why I was saying sometimes I think it might be better almost to like stitch across when it's right sides together so that you only have a little bit to do. But The other thing we could have done, which now that I'm thinking about it would have been a good idea, is we could have folded these down and pressed them before we stitched the sides, so that then at this point it would already be pressed and it would make it a little bit easier to do this step at this point. So, all right, let's see. I just kind of eyeball that. I'm trying to turn it down about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more than that. There's definitely flexibility in this pattern as far as where this hits. So you just kind of want to get this lined up. I did have, let's see, got all kinds of goodies in here. So we're going to go ahead. Hey, what do you guys think of my pink pants? These were in my summer clothes too. I was like, oh, these fit really nicely. I could wear these to work. So anyway, sorry, back to my hoarding. All right, so I'm just going to use these clips. You probably can't see what I'm doing though because I've made a big mess. All right, so I'm just turning that down again about 1/4 of an inch, doing the same thing on this side. Now, if you want, while you're going, you could do, kind of give it a quick little press. And so, before you put that clip on, all right, and this one. So John's getting a little nervous about Kathy and the cruise because, so we keep, I swear, Kathy and I get along really well. I feel like I keep bringing this up. But Kimberbell is giving some amazing prizes to her to give out. And so, but John is very competitive. And so he keeps going, okay, well, what if we did this? Or what if, and so, it's just really cute. I'm like, I think Kathy's gonna win on the prizes. We're gonna try. We're gonna have some good stuff, but I definitely think she's got us beat. We don't have a company backing us. So there we go. All right. So I'm just gonna go over it. We're gonna stitch across here. Actually, don't know if I even needed those clips. I'm gonna take them back out and we're just gonna go stitch across real quick. Now, I do recommend using a walking foot for this because it is a little thick. In fact, that makes me think maybe I should put my clip on just to give us a little help here. So if it starts to slide, we have it covered. So if you do have a walking foot, again, I do recommend it because you're going through a number of layers at this point. You've got 2 layers of cotton, you've got 2 layers of linen, plus a layer of that heavyweight fusible fleece. I like to close this up at about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to just knot this back here. I'm using the lines on the foot, as I always like to do, to mark. I am going to increase my stitch length. I think I'm just going to go to a 3, but I think you could go up to a 3.5 as well. All right, here we go. A stiletto is also helpful at this point. I think we made it through though. There we go. Just want to make sure I'm lining up nicely. There we go. All right. Again, I'm just back stitching and then I'm going to put a little knot in there. And back. All right, so we've done that. Just gone across there. I'm going to just trim this thread real quick. And then the pattern calls for us to go up 3.5 inches. I apologize, I'm looking for my little Gloria ruler. One of the greatest things I've ever gotten from Gloria. So there we go. So what I did is I just lined it up down there, and I'm going to the 3.5 line, and I'm just going to pull that back out and put that in. So I'm just holding it in place. I'm going to do the same thing over here. just a little bit. So I'm right at that 3.5 line. And I want to get this. All right, so we are good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start down here at our fold, and we're going to stitch all the way around. And that's going to give us, I don't know, I'm torn, guys. All right, I got to ask, are we doing, all right, guys, I'm back up. Poor Kate. So, Ray, you can have my size 2 shorts. Oh, my.
We're good.
Okay. So they're seeing the screen, not me, I think. So I guess my question for you guys was going to be, but I don't know if you can even see, if I should do the linen on the outside or the wishes on the outside. So let's see what you say. Dandelion on top for the exterior, Barbara, or inside? You gotta tell me inside or outside, because otherwise I get confused. So dandelion inside is what I have right now, but we could certainly move it to the outside. On top. Okay, I'm gonna assume on top means outside. Let's see, so you want me to flip it this way and have it this, like this? Yeah, outside. I agree, I agree. We have to change it. Okay. Oh, yeah, outside, outside. All right, so let's go back to our 3.5. There we go. Perfect. Pull that out. It's just too pretty to hide inside. Too pretty. I might take this the next time I go out at night for something fancy. I might take my kids out to dinner tonight. Where could I take them so I could use this little clutch? All right, there we go. All right, so thank you for the votes. I think that's definitely prettier. Pinch that side a little bit. There we go. Did I get 3.5? I feel like yep, I thought I was off by a little. There we go. There we go. It slid on me a little. Come on. Okay. There's 3.5. Oh, jeez. I'm struggling. I've got it on top of this, and I think that's my problem. It's sort of catching on that. Everything okay over there? Okay. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to do that. And then over here, same thing. 3.5. Beautiful. All right, that worked better to kind of pinch it. And then I see I have a little extra string hanging out here.
Okay, so what do you need?
Oh, Joni just came in.
Oh,
Hi,
okay.
guys. You did.
What
We're
do
almost
you
done.
need? Tommy.
Oh, it's not Tommy. But you can come in and say hello if you would like. I was talking about you at the beginning of the show.
Oh, really?
Here, I'll take this off so we can both talk.
Okay.
So I was telling them how last week you asked me if I had started my cruise packing yet.
Yes, okay.
And I was like, at first I thought you were crazy. I mean, I just was like, it's way too early. Why would I do that?
Mhm.
But then you made a comment that I was like, oh boy, I'm in trouble. So you had said, oh, I pulled out all my summer clothes.
And I threw them on the bed.
Right.
And then this past weekend, I kind of put them together.
So I was telling them I did the same thing because after you said it, I thought, oh my gosh, my summer clothes. I didn't think about the fact that they're all like packed all over the place.
Uh-huh.
I pulled
I
them out.
know. I have 3 closets where I clean my clothes.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
right.
yeah.
So I guess how many pairs of shorts I had
How many?
in various sizes. Oh, you have to guess. You'll never
Okay.
guess. There's no way.
Okay,
Unless I
10.
give you a clue.
10.
10. See, he said, let's just say I haven't thinned out my shorts since, having kids. So
Yeah.
I have
Oh, okay.
pre-kids shorts.
Oh,
I
my,
have,
you have a lot.
yeah. So I have 40 pairs of shorts.
40.
40.
Oh, my gosh.
Guess how many pairs of white shorts I have? Just white.
Okay, I'll just say 7.
Very close. I had 8. I had 8. So,
Wow.
so yeah, we were talking about you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you're.
I'm down to 4
You're
though.
stuck.
I like thinned it down, and there's only 4 going on the cruise with me,
Oh, okay.
which may still be too many.
You see,
How many are you taking?
Well, see, I don't wear shorts too much
I
anymore.
don't either. That's one thing. 4 is a lot.
have this pair of pedal pushers,
Okay.
and then I have capris. And you know what I have is like some sleeveless little dresses that I
Okay.
like to wear.
Okay.
Yeah, they're real
So-
casual. I got them at Kohl's on sale last summer, and I wore them to Cape May, and it was like the perfect thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That's what I
except-
realized I don't have very many of. And I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah,
But whatever. It is what it is.
Mhm.
I don't think I can do any more shopping at this point. I think I'm
No,
done. Like,
yeah.
whatever I've got is what I've got.
yeah,
So,
yeah. We
I'll be
had
fine.
40 pairs of shorts.
I had 40 pairs of shorts.
So did you weed them out? You're
So
gonna get rid.
I went through all of them to see what fit, and that
Uh-huh.
narrowed it down to, I don't know, like 25 or something. and then so I said all those 25, and then I kind of went through like, okay, what actually makes sense as far as what to take, and I got it down to 4 for hers.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, that's yeah. So so we're gonna bring one suitcase. Oh, there's my other part. Oh no, that's
no,
not
oh,
it.
this is what we're making today.
Oh my gosh, that is
We're
so
just about to
cute.
finish. So look at this one.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. Oh, I love this. I love this fabric.
Yeah.
Gosh, Gloria sold that yesterday, and I really loved it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So
I
we're
better
taking
hide
one.
it then.
We're taking one suitcase for clothes and one to carry supplies.
Right.
And mine is I have a big one and a smaller one.
So the small ones for supplies and the big ones for clothes.
Yeah.
I only have small ones. We only travel in like 21 inch, 22 inch
Really?
carry
Yeah.
on.
So you can
stuff.
carry them on. Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we don't like our luggage going out of our sight.
Yeah. Oh
so.
yeah. My daughter's like that. She doesn't check her luggage. I just think it would be hard
Sorry,
for
I don't
me
think I hear
to
you.
my daughter doesn't check her luggage either.
Mm-mm.
But I just think it would be hard for me to put it up over into
See,
the carry on.
That
the-
is one of the perks of having teenage sons.
Yes, that is.
So
That is. Uh-huh.
we just traveled for a wedding and we flew to Baton Rouge, and so I would walk in front of them and I'd be like, all right, right there, guys.
Yeah.
So it was
Mhm.
really nice. Actually, I had my nephew with us too. So I had 3 teenage boys I was traveling with.
Yeah.
So
We'll give them all the heavy work. Yes.
that's right.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we're just
Okay.
about finished. I'm going to get this
Okay,
finished.
all right. Nice seeing you all. Well, Tommy will be on later.
But all right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to put this back on. Nice seeing you.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're going to just finish this. All we're going to do is we're going to just start at the bottom. We're going to go all the way around using about 1/8 of an inch, and then we're going to close it. Now, I forgot to mention, if you had wanted to put in a different kind of like a magnet or something, you would want to do that before stitching this closed. And so, but for doing a snap, we can do that right now, and that's not a big deal at the end. We could also put a button, or if you wanted to do a sew-in type of magnet, you would be able to sew that on here after doing this part. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to stitch that now and get this finished. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's been fell off of the other one.
Oh
It's fine though.
no. Oh good.
I just decided to unclasp.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't think I bumped it or anything, but I'm like, oh boy, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. So again, I'm putting a knot in, and then I like to just back stitch as well. Just, I feel like these little kind of purses get a lot of wear. All right, here we go. Again, if you have a stiletto, it would go through there, or a walking foot is really helpful. All right, I'm going to move that over. Went just up to that end, and I'm back stitching a little bit, and then putting a knot. Oh, you know what? I don't need to put a knot in. We're going all the way around. It doesn't hurt to do that though. They're at the top. And so, there we go. And we're just going to turn and follow that line. There it goes. Oh, we're gonna have to, I don't have my stiletto with me, so I'm just gonna move that forward a little bit. So if you don't have a stiletto, you can move it forward a little bit. You can use other things, like I could have used my little embroidery scissors to move that. And so here we go. All right. Now I do like to be kind of aware that as we get up here, that foot may try and push this fabric down a little bit. So I try and just kind of do a couple stitches, and then you can see here it was bunching up, and I like to sort of push it. I am going to use these little scissors just to hold it in there, and kind of just holding it right down there on the edge. And there we go. Again, a stiletto would be the perfect tool for this. I just didn't plan ahead very well. So here we go. Oh, this is so pretty. And we're going to back stitch. Go back to the end and put a little knot in. All right, I'm just going to trim off those threads. There we go. And look how perfect it is. Oh, all right, we'll take it over here. All right. So here we go, guys. Look how pretty this is. So now you could do a couple of different things. You could, if you wanted, put a snap here and a snap over on this side. You could, again, you could sew a magnet in there, which is what I'm sort of leaning towards, although then that side sort of pokes up. I think because we have the linen, that thicker fabric on the inside, it sort of wants to go up. I'm going to sort of press that a little bit, but I think because of the way it is, I want it to lay flat. So I think I'm probably going to go with a little snap over there and one over here. And so, although I really kind of want to sew in a magnet because I don't know if I want my snaps to show. All right, I don't have a loose snap, so I'm not going to be able to put my snap in if I do decide to do a snap. I might have some gold ones at home. So I will either sew in a magnet or put my snaps in, and I'll bring it back with me next week. So again, this is a free pattern. We have all those kits available if you would like to make one. And it was, oh, I got to find the front page. Let's see. There we go. It is the Simple Clutch by Imaz, I-M-A-Z-Z Patterns. So overall, I think the pattern was good. Certain things like not having a template for this does make it a little trickier. The paid pattern may have it. Oh, a decorative button, that would be cute too. Yeah, definitely. It is awesome looking, isn't it, Troy? I just love this. I feel like I need to take it off of the, here, there, that's better. So, very nice. All right, ladies, well, and possibly gentlemen. I don't want to, okay. Anyway, thank you all for being here. I'm going to stop that train of thought. I look forward to seeing you next week. Next week, we're going to make that other Japanese bag, which I think is going to be really, really cute. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I'm going to go work on those duffel kits right now and get those off to all of you so that you can get started on those. Again, they go very quickly. So thank you. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.